People can forgive a bad looking video, maybe even a crappy looking one. But one thing people can't seem to ever forgive is bad sound. So in this video, I'm going to help you make sure your videos sound the best, especially if you're on a low budget. Let's get going. Part of every quality looking video is great sound, which is usually divided into two main parts. The monologues or dialogues, which are the sounds coming from the person talking, and the second is the music or sound effects, both of which go a long way to make your video sound great and feel great. Let me give you an example. With my voice alone, this might sound quite okay for most purposes, but if I want to make it sound a little bit more interesting or fun, I'd put some little music in the background and make the atmosphere feel a little bit more fun and a little bit more calm. But be careful with your music choices because you don't want to send the wrong signal. Now let's talk about how you can actually get great sound. There are a few things you would need. One is a microphone and two is a sound recorder. For the microphone, you can either use a boom mic like I'm using right here, or an ordinary lapel mic, which is fairly easy to use. For the sound recorder, you can pick up these devices that allow you to clean up and get great quality audio. Personally, I use the Zoom H8, but there are other devices out there that can get you equally great sound. Before you start your recording, here are some few rules that you need to pay attention to. If you're recording with a boom mic, make sure the mic is as close to you as possible. In my case, the mic is about 1 feet away from me, so it can capture that rich sound that feels like this telecast of voiceover type of feeling. Also, make sure that you're recording your sound volume right between -18 dB and -6 dB on your recorder. This is something you can look up on YouTube or other platforms to get more details about, but that is where I see that you can get really good looking sound with a good volume that has minimal noise in the background. If you're using a lapel, the rules are a bit much simpler. With lapels, they are usually omnidirectional, so the closer they are to your mouth, the better. It picks sound from all around you, unlike the boom mics that are very directional. But both of them have their unique purposes. If you know you're going to be moving around a lot, it will help you much better if you're using a lapel because of the ease of use. With the boom, it's usually very stationary, unless you have a boom operator who would follow you everywhere, which is what you usually see on movie sets. The reason why I always recommend people to record their sound into a separate recorder is just because the preamps and recorders are way better than those in the cameras. You have the flexibility to record high bit depth audio and also have the probability to add different types of peripherals that can make your sound recording very easy. In my case, I'm using the Zoom H8, which is a beastly looking sound recorder, but you don't have to get that one. There are other simpler ones that gives you the opportunity to capture high quality audio. The only downside is you would have to sync the audio and the video in post, which is something that if you're really serious about making quality videos, you would have to learn either way. So I think it's a good bargain. However, most people still record into their cameras, which isn't recommended, but if you're in a tight spot or you're in a tight budget, you can be able to do it. But make sure that you're recording within a good limit, usually keeping your sound right between -18 dB and -6 dB. This is where you get that sweet spot so your sound won't be muffled or it won't peak. There's one last thing I forgot to mention. This has nothing to do with the audio equipment you're using, but everything to do with the quality of sound that you get. That is to make sure that your ambient is as quiet as possible. Turn off all air conditions, turn off all ceiling fans, or any device that gives a humming sound that your recorder might pick up. Also, make sure that your ambience is filled up with a lot of things that can absorb sound. In my case, I have a carpet right underneath me. I have a lot of things in my room, curtains and other furniture that absorbs the sound. If you're filming in an empty room, you expect your sound to be very echoey, which is not pleasant to the ear. So make sure you're filming in a space that has a lot of things that can absorb the sound, or make sure you're filming at a time of the day that is extremely quiet. In my case, I'm filming at night because I live close to the highway, which has a lot of cars and stuff moving about every single time. So I like to wait till the evening where everything is quiet and everyone's asleep. That helps me the most. So I guess that's everything I can share. There are a ton of other content on sound. You can dive into it much deeper, especially on YouTube, where a lot of creators are diving into how to get quality sound in specific niches. But this video will give you an overall view of how you can get great sound. So let's go over the whole thing again. There are two main things you need. The first thing is a microphone. The second thing is a recorder. For the microphone, you can use a directional boom mic like I am right here, or a lapel where you can clip it right onto your shirt. Both work fine, but both have its individual purposes. The second thing is a recorder. I'm personally using the Zoom H8, but you can pick up different brands and you can explore different products based on your budget. But this will allow you to get the highest quality sound better than the cameras can give you. All right, so I guess this is it for the second version of the videos on this series called Self, which is scripting, sound, editing, filming, and lighting. See you on the next video.